The number one goal of every politician in the United States should be to create a country where everyone can reach their full potential, to create an economy that works for its people, not the other way around. A country where one can grow up in a nice community, get a good education, get married, have a family, and have a happy and successful life. Unfortunately, these things are getting progressively more difficult to do. The weight of student debt, along with a minimum wage job, makes it nearly impossible for anyone to even consider starting a family. Generation Z and Millennials are now estimated to be the poorest generations according to statistics. This makes people feel anxious and discontent, so much so that young people are quickly radicalizing, turning towards socialism and anarchism as a coping mechanism. Why are we even surprised? Conservative politicians are doing nothing to stop this, and instead work only in their own self-interest. Simply put, Washington lacks integrity and forward thinking. These so-called conservative politicians are failing to do the single thing their self-proclaimed ideology alludes to: conserve. For the past 50 years, bureaucrats have allowed our country to tear itself apart, leaving us more polarized than ever before. Conservatives have failed in every conceivable metric, from abortion, foreign policy, immigration, and more. We've allowed ourselves to be overrun by our left-wing counterparts. Republicans are no longer upholding our conservative values. They instead hold campaigns desperately seeking acceptance and validation, while preaching social liberalism and libertarian economics. Conservatives are completely ignoring the real issues our nation faces: the degrading of our moral social fabric, the negative effects of mass immigration, the consequences of not prioritizing our nation's interests, ignoring law and order. Conservatives today prioritize GDP over the quality of life of the average American. It's no wonder that we have an opioid crisis, decreasing marriage rates, skyrocketing depression and suicide rates, the indoctrination of our children in schools. Republicans have failed us. It's time we bring back the traditional conservative values that have been successful throughout global history and save the country we love most. This is why we started Conserve Gen Z. We seek to galvanize the contemporary conservative movement to its former glory. No longer will bureaucrats send our youth to fight endless foreign wars solely for profit. No longer will massive amounts of immigrants be admitted into our country to create economic, cultural, and fiscal burdens. No longer will babies be slaughtered in the womb out of convenience. No longer will we have our right to bear arms infringed upon without some sort of resistance. We seek to preserve the values of true conservatism by emphasizing the importance of nationalism, traditional values, and America First policies. Conservatives need to wake up and fight back with the same energy as our opposition, or else we risk losing our country once and for all. We here at Conserve Gen Z are ready to spearhead this operation. We are a youth advocacy group dedicated to spreading the message of true conservatism.